One more time. Everybody will be joining into the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. Make sure when you come in, hit the like button. It'll be very much appreciative that you guys hit the like button. Okay, be very much appreciative. Uh, we got EJ 504 in the house. He's going live in the Louisiana Superdome today. It's nice to see you. Come on.
Oh, yeah, man. I had to go ahead and come up in here before I go up in the dome.
Um, would you like to tell everybody what your plans are? What are you going to be doing, or you're going to be interviewing, or you're going to be, or what are you going to be doing when you get into the dome?
Oh, well, as you all know, I work for WXXV News 25 over there on the Gulf Coast in Gulfport, Mississippi. And I'll be over at the game today. I'll be in the press box. I'll be um, watching the game from the press box, getting all the stats, getting all the information I need from this game. When the game is over, I'll go ahead and interview some players, go in the press conference room, talk to Coach Kellen Moore, talk to Alvin Kamara, Cameron Jordan, all the top players we have on our team, get their thoughts on the game, and do a live report on the field of my recap of what I've seen on the game. So that'll be my course of the day. I'll be out in the dome out there, like I said, a fan nonetheless, but also reporting and working behind the scenes and giving my thoughts.
I tell you, man, it must be you one of the luckiest people I know. It got to be a real good feeling to know that you're able to go and report your favorite team. I mean, a lot of people don't get a chance to report on their very favorite team. How does that feel to be able to report on your team?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a dream come true. I always dreamed of actually playing in the dome, but what was something close to being out there in the dome and being close to the Saints since I can't play out there. So I was able to go ahead and get into live reporting and journalism. And God, when God is for you, man, who can be against you, man? And God has really opened the door for me, and I've been working hard as I can, and now that I'm here, I'm just making myself known out there, put my name out there, trying to go ahead and get back to the city. Honestly, and if there's an opportunity that arises, hopefully one day I'll be over there. But now that I'm close, and I can still get coverage and do things around the Saints and be close and do things like that. It's a surreal feeling, and it's awesome to
Well,
go ahead
I
and
do
do it.
notice that you did college. I mean, high school football. Friday nights you do college. I mean, high school football. That's an. Could you tell everybody where they can reach you on Friday nights?
Oh yeah. Also, y'all, if y'all don't know, on WXXV as well. I know most of y'all from the New Orleans area, and a lot of y'all are just worried about the New Orleans high schools, and rightfully so. But where I'm at, like I said, I'm here on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, so I'm covering all the high schools on the Mississippi Gulf Coast every Friday night, and I anchor those shows. And I go ahead out on those fields. I go ahead and I film the games, and like I said, I break them down. Live ESPN reporting, but just on a local news setting. And I have fun doing that. And enjoy that. So yeah, every
Well,
Friday
we got
night.
Extra Bull. Extra Bull said that he used to work at WXXV in Gulfport back in 2000.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That
Yeah,
is great.
a lot of people don't realize that you know a lot of people started their careers at WXXV. That's really WXXV is a starter station, to get yourself, coming
Your
out of
feet wet.
college, you get your feet wet, and then you're on to your big mark into your next station. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm getting my feet wet. I done got out of college, and got my start. Now I'm currently looking to get on to my next place.
Okay, we're not gonna keep you long, but I'm just so excited to have you be able to you. For those who don't know, this is my son. He is the host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast. I am his father, and I'm just so glad that we have good insiders like you to be able to go in and talk to the players, and you're gonna be able to, we enjoyed the training camp. You and I was there, got a chance, but I would love to see you get a close interview to Caesar and ask him some tough questions about himself, because I'm hoping Caesar is not going backwards. I hope he's going forward. If he have an injury or anything, but Caesar is just not playing well. He's just not playing well, and I just hope that he could turn around, or the Saints going to wind up trading him.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. And also I want to let y'all know out there that I got some time on my hands. So I'll be on here until I got to go up in the dome. I'm right currently leaving Slidell right now, but I'll get there inside the dome about 11:24. So I'll be on here for a little while with y'all and talk with y'all because I know I missed last week, and I know it's kind of weird for y'all just seeing Dad on here last week, and y'all was like, "Where's EJ at?" and everything, and we didn't do the post game show long enough. So look at this as a way, y'all, that I'm gonna make up for it and everything. And also too, I want to explain this too, is that remember, I will never do away with this podcast, regardless of what type of work I got going on. This podcast is gonna run regardless, and that's why it's me and Dad. And we work together, we get it done. And if I'm not here, I'm gonna get it done. My dad's gonna get it done, and if I'm not, if he's not here, then I'm gonna get it done. So we here to pick up the slack for each other. But I do want y'all to know every away game, it'll be back to normal. I'll be on here as normal. I won't be able to go ahead and travel wherever they go. So I'll be on here like normal. But home games, that's iffy. I may be at the game, I may not be at the game, but I'll always make an effort to go ahead and show my face on here and talk about the game and break down the game for you guys and give y'all all the information y'all need to know. But that is the perfect point that you made going back to it. Cesar Ruiz, man. And I may have a question for him today and talk to him today after the game. Hopefully he has a better game today. But we saw some signs in preseason, and I did not like the way he came out in preseason. And we used the excuse as of him saying, "Oh, it's just preseason," and he had a couple of reps
And
and
he didn't get
everything
a
like that.
chance to work with
Yeah, but with
with
the
the other linemen.
one, yeah, and he wasn't warmed up. Well, last week against the Cardinals, I'm sorry. Cesar Ruiz, there's no excuse for you to be playing the way you playing. You are obviously the weakest link on that line right now.
Yes,
Like I'm
yes,
looking at plays out there, and he's letting dudes run up through the middle, and Rattler has to go ahead and make plays with his feet, and not to say that Rattler can't make plays with his feet, but that's not what you want Rattler to do. That's not his greatest strength. So
right.
um, yeah, Cesar Ruiz got to get right this game, man. I'm expecting him
And
to,
you can't criticize Spencer Rattler when he doesn't have time. And
yeah,
I'm looking at Caesar. Caesar was the number one draft pick for the Saints, and Caesar by now should not have any excuses. I would have thought maybe Calvin Banks or some of the rookies would. I can understand them, but when you got a veteran that's actually looking like a deer in the headlight, it's
right,
just that's just embarrassing. That's just embarrassing to me. And once again, shout out to Extra Bull. He said some real great things in the comment. But I just like I said at the end of the day, I'm really gonna pay attention to him after watching the film and watching the tapes. Caesar is a guy that I'm just very disappointed in. And the Saints going to have to address that guard position one way or another if
yeah,
Caesar is not going to be able to step up. And I understand
that,
his main position is center. Maybe and you can't remove McCoy.
yeah,
And I mean, you drafted a center, EJ. He was a
yeah,
center.
yeah. What that all goes back to the Saints doing what they always done in the past, and they're drafting players out of position. You know, going into it, you know he's a center, and you try to transition him to a guard. You know, you had to know in the back of your mind that that may not go so well as you thought it may have. Now, like we're speaking prematurely. It's week 2. He had a bad game last week. That's not to say that Ruiz might come in today and have a really good game. You know, but at the same time too, the clock is ticking on Cesar Ruiz. He doesn't have a
Yeah,
good season. You will not see him in the black and gold come next season.
correct,
And
correct.
that's just what it is right
That
now.
just
You know,
is what it is, and I want to, and we're gonna find out if Trevor. I don't know if Trevor. I know Trevor's sitting out this game. Is Trevor sitting out this game? I know Chase Young is sitting out for definitely, but I don't know
yes,
if Trevor is.
Trevor Penning is out for this game today.
And
Hopefully
I
next week we may see
right.
him.
But you know what, EJ, people in the group was talking about Trevor and Chase. Why they not playing him? Why they not? We should not be trying to rush these guys back. Okay, this is not the time to panic about Chase Young. Chase Young has anybody who has a calf or a calf injury would know that that's a muscle injury. And you
Right.
have to allow that to heal, okay? You can't just go out there and say, oh, just run him out there for the sake of what? The Saints defense played well without Chase Young last week. We can get by without Chase Young this week.
Well, I think the biggest thing about Chase Young and the fans are getting mad with Chase Young because all right, everybody knows the Saints injury history and stuff like that.
Well, Chase Young played the whole season last year.
The Saints are really honestly are just being right, exactly. That's the point I'm about to make. That Chase Young played the entire season last season. The only thing Chase Young didn't do last season was he didn't get enough sacks. He had the
Yeah, that
most
was his only
pressures
issue, not enough sacks. He
amongst
had
defensive
pressures.
ends
He had
last
pressures,
year.
but no sacks.
His only issue, yes, his only issue was not getting sacked. So this year we turned in this year, and the thing is he's actually fine this year. It's just that the Saints want to be overly cautious this time. Okay, they don't want to rush him out there. He has a calf injury. Calf injuries turn into Achilles injuries, y'all. You rush a man out there, and why y'all think Christian McCaffrey is on the injury report every single week? Because this guy, if he rushes himself and doesn't nurse that calf the way he's supposed to, he's gonna have another Achilles injury and he's gonna be out for the season. So I think a lot of y'all are getting a little antsy and everything. Y'all want to see Chase Young, and I want to see Chase Young too. But then at the same time, not at his expense. Don't sit there and throw him out there, and he's not fully 100% healthy yet. You know, we
But that's what I noticed. I noticed, EJ. I noticed that's what the new training staff is doing. They're not listening to the fans. They're not listening to emotions, and they're not forcing these guys to come out there doing. Because that's was something that we used to do in the past. We were forced. Like we remember when Dalvin Bro used to play for the Saints, and Dalvin
yeah,
said that Sean and them threatened him and said, "If you don't get out there, we're going to release you." And he listened to Sean and them, and he went out there before his time, rushing to get back, and he had a career injury. Keenan Lewis as well. We have a
right.
history of rushing players back, and I like what Kellen Moore and this new staff is doing. That's why you got to build quality depth. You cannot be relying on these starters all the time. You got to build quality depth. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, and like you said, you hit it on the head, man. You gotta keep them as healthy as possible in the season. You know, like that's with a team like this and knowing our injury histories. I know we want the best players out there. I know we want them out there and want our team to go ahead and be at full strength. But then, like I said, if they're not 100%, don't throw them out there, man, because you're gonna make a situation worse than what it is. Okay, and like I said, Chase Young's situation is not severe. Okay, you can easily see him come back next week. He's just not 100% yet.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a minor. It's a minor. Do not make a minor situation a severe situation.
a major
You
situation,
a
right?
major situation, and that's what. And Trevor Penning, anybody when I thought of, I mean, anybody knows any lineman that big, or
Yeah,
dealing with a turf toe. You don't rush a guy like that. But you allow him to be healthy.
yeah,
I like what the Saints are doing, not worrying emotionally with the fans. And we're gonna move to, because I ain't gonna have you long, so I gotta make sure I keep going. Let's talk about our quarterback, Spencer Rattler, and the keys to success for him today.
yeah. Real quick too, Dad. Before I get into Spencer Rattler, I want to talk about uh, Jalen Polk, this guy that the
Oh,
Saints traded
oh,
for from the Patriots. Real quickly, I think a lot of Saints fans have a lot of questions about why the hell did the Saints trade for somebody that they're not going to see this year. He's not going to play at all this year. Um, and a second round pick that hasn't really produced with the Patriots. I want to explain this to y'all while I'm on here, y'all Saints fans. If y'all don't know already, the Saints are in a rebuild. Okay, they have not come out their mouth and said, "Hey, we're in a rebuild." They haven't admitted that yet, but they are in a rebuild, and they're telling you by the moves they're making. Okay, they made that move.
for the
Okay,
future.
because for the future, next season, they want to see what the guy can do. If he turns out to be great, and then hell yeah,
I mean,
you
he's
done
a
found a
second
dime.
round pick. He's a second round.
Right.
Sometimes guys do better in other places. You know what I'm saying? Just like you say, EJ.
Yeah,
Look at Zach Bourne. Everybody praising Zach Bourne for Philadelphia Eagles now, but they were all
exactly.
trashing him in New Orleans.
Exactly. So what? Give him a try. Let's see if he does well. If that's fine. But if he does not, then it does not hurt you, Saints fans. You gave up a six-round pick that would not matter at all. So I'm like Saints fans. I understand. Like a lot of y'all don't really, look into those situations and understand. And this is why I'm here to tell y'all that Mickey Loomis ain't crazy. Y'all may not like him, you may hate him, but he's not stupid, y'all. Like he understands where his team is at right now. They don't have the flexibility to sit there and make win now moves. They are building for the future, okay? And like think about this too. Jonas Sanker is going to be starting at safety today. They lost a huge blow in our safety that we just picked up this offseason from the coach. This man, he just tore his
You talking about
abdomen.
Blackman, Justin Blackman.
Yeah, Justin Blackman. We just lost him, and you would have thought the Saints would have went ahead and picked up a Justin Simmons or Marcus Williams or somebody from free agency. No, they
They
did
got
not do
Jonas.
that
They got
because you know why?
Jonas. They got Jonas
They
Sanker.
got not only that, but and not only do they believe in Jonas Sanker, but they also are in a situation where they know they are in a rebuild. They do not want to go ahead and keep picking up win now players
These bad
when
contracts.
yes, and trying to save their cap situation and figure out things for the future, y'all. So I did want to clear that up for y'all that really don't understand that and really don't know why the Saints are making moves like that. But back to Spencer Rattler, I do want to talk about his performance last week against Arizona. Um, he did not do bad enough to lose the game.
Yeah, he was
He
mid.
did
He
not
was he
do
was
great
mid. He was
enough.
mid. He was
He,
mid.
he didn't do great enough either to win the game either. Okay. Now I understand a lot of y'all are gonna sit there and say that Spencer Rattler, well, he put us in that drive to go ahead and win either send us to overtime and win the football game. Well, let me tell y'all this, okay? Spencer Rattler threw alarmingly a lot of times. He threw almost 40 passes in that football game last week, okay?
45. He threw
And
45.
he threw 45 passes. It was not efficient. It was not efficient out there. And let me tell you, the defense held up as long as they could, and the offense kept driving and getting field goals. The Saints cannot win football games this year, Saints fans, if they are not going to score touchdowns. When you get into the red zone, you have got to score touchdowns. And I did not see that from the Saints passing game nor the rushing game. I would have liked to see
Yeah,
more from the rushing
but we
game
were
as well.
effective, EJ. We were so effective with the running game. Well,
Yeah,
I was so impressed by what I've seen out of Kendra Miller
Yeah,
and Alvin in the backfield. You can if we can focus more on running that football, and even a rookie
yeah,
that we had out there, Devin Neal, the Saints
yeah,
can actually control. We can play ball control and
yeah.
keep the ball out of the hands of the 49ers and ball control. We can win this football game.
I really truly believe that we should be 1-0 right now. The Cardinals are not so much of a better team than the New Orleans Saints. The Saints just beat themselves last week, and I think Kellen Moore. Y'all don't realize too. That was Kellen Moore's first NFL regular season football
Game
game he
as a
coached.
head coach.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this. You can tell there was some rookie mistakes by him that he made. Okay, second quarter, the not taking the time out to go ahead and run a 2 minute drill. I did not like that decision at all by Kellen, but you can see there's growing pains there. Also, I would have, like you said, that I would have liked Kellen Moore to continue to run that football. It was effective. Give the ball to Alvin Kamara. That's your best player on offense, man. Give him the damn football. Let him run the damn football. Also, Kentrey made some good runs. And,
Extra
and,
Bull, Extra Bull wanted to know about the second. I think he just brought that up. Extra Bull. I don't think you heard him, but he brought up his opinion about Jolan Polk. He brought. I think yeah, he just brought it up. The fact
yeah,
that that's a
uh,
future.
that's a
That's a future pick.
that's a future player that you're gonna
Because
go
we're
ahead and look and
rebuilding.
see and look and see what you have with next season. Buller. No, nothing to be alarmed about. Like I said, if he works out, then fine. If he doesn't, then you can move on from for him. No harm, no foul next year. He doesn't contribute to this year. We wasn't worried about having another receiver this year. We're already stacked at the receiver position this year. So it really wasn't. It really didn't matter for this season. Just something in the future to look at, just in case he may become something good. But like I said, as far as Spencer Rattler didn't have a bad game. I'm not saying Saints fans Spencer Rattler had a bad football game because he had great moments. There was really great moments from Spencer
Yeah, because
Rattler.
if Jawan come up with that catch, that changed the whole
Yeah, we
conversation.
we
But
have we have a different conversation right now. And I'm not gonna sit there and blame Jawan Johnson.
and I'm not
Because
blaming
hey,
Jawan Johnson like other fans are doing, because Jawan Johnson was having a career game. He was 8 catches. He had 8 catches for
yes,
75 yards. He catch that touchdown, you
yes,
got like 90 something yards.
but believe it or not, Saints fans, Jawan Johnson Lee is like top three in receptions and
Top
catches
three
right
in
now
receptions
for
already.
for 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 in the league at tight end. For the Saints. So I mean, Jawan Johnson did his job. I wish he would have held on to the football, but that's a tough catch. I mean, damn it, you got two Arizona Cardinals. You got Buda Baker running into him, and then you got one of their safeties that was drawing out of his hands. I mean, that's tough right there for anybody to make. You go ahead and try to make
Much
that
love
damn
to Extra
catch.
Bull. He has to
Okay?
leave us, but much love to Extra Bull. You are always welcome here, Extra Bull. We love you, brother. Come on back on over. You are, if you would like to come on the panel sometimes, you are welcome anytime to come over here to the Baddest Sports Show podcast. Go ahead.
For sure, man. We appreciate it. But like I said, man, and beautiful throw by Rattler at the end of the game. But I'm not blaming the game on Rattler. I'm not blaming the game on Jawan Johnson. I'm saying the offense has to be considerably better, and that's from the coaches on down to the players. They all got to get right offensively today. I expect them to build on these penalties. The penalties is what lost us the football game last week. Do y'all realize how many penalties the Saints had offensively last week? It's hard to
And
win
that
any
that
football
was
game.
yep. We look
It's hard to
we're
win any
yes.
football game with all them penalties like that, man. Like you got to be a fundamentally sound football team.
And that starts with coaching. That start with because even Kellen Moore put it on himself. Penalties is what has to be blamed on coaching. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
your team has to be much disciplined, and I'm sure Kellen Moore would agree that falls on the coaches more than the
yeah,
players.
yeah.
We got Derek on the
Derek,
panel.
Derek is good to see you in the background too, Derek.
What's up, my man? I hope y'all can hear me, bro. I'm in the woods working today, man. So I hope you can
We
hear
can
me.
hear you.
Man, I'm not as down on some of the same fans who down on that boy on the team, man. I really was impressed with what I saw last week. But I'm gonna say this because I may not be able to stay long, but man, it's a must win this week though.
Oh
It's a
yes,
must
Yeah,
win. This a must win this week because
not
they
this.
down
You
too
mean
many
today? Must win
today.
today.
Yeah,
yeah.
it must win today because they got too many people. You know what I'm saying? So they got too many injuries on that other side. Too many good people that's hurt for us not to try to steal this win. We need this win, and we need Kellen Moore to come out his bag.
You
You
got to
know,
beat Matt Jones.
yes,
Yeah,
he
man.
got,
You
and
hit
he
it on
got,
it.
and he gotta see what Spencer Rattler really can do. He can't hold him back. If he keep holding him back, he never is like this will tell if he trusts him or not. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna end that right there, and man, I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna jump in and out because like I said, I'm working right now. But I just wanted to say this was a must win, and I hope these boys handle their business.
Appreciate that, there. Yeah, that you hit it on the head, man. Like you said, it's a must win today. You don't get too many golden opportunities to have the quarterback there, the 49ers
A
starting
tight
quarterback,
end.
Brock Purdy, and also George Kittle. George Kittle is out. So that's two gimmies right there. You better
And
beat
they,
Mac
and the
Jones
wide receiver
today.
Jennings is questionable. He's questionable. There are
Yes,
several.
Jawan Jennings,
That,
but the 49ers are very injured right now. Go beat them. Go beat them, man. Take
no
advantage of that.
excuses. They didn't give us
No,
no excuse last year. Nobody gave
yeah,
us. Nobody gave no empathy or sympathy to the Saints when we lost Derek Carr. When we lost all
yes,
of our weapons, nobody gave us no excuses.
yes. You have to take advantage of that. Nobody don't feel sorry for the 49ers. They got to deal with that. What they got to deal with, man. Handle your damn business. We're the more
In
healthier
your
team
dome,
in your house. Handle your damn business, man. Now, there's no more you need to go ahead and say. If you're Kellen Moore, that they need to go ahead and be ready to get a win today. If they don't believe that today, something is wrong.
yeah, because you even now. The line was 7, us losing by 7. Now that Purdy and Kittles are not playing, the line is 3 now. Ain't that
Yeah,
something? So that
yeah,
so that means it can go either way. If you the line goes from 7 to 3, that tells you that they telling you, Vegas telling you that they're not sure that the 49ers going to beat the Saints.
yeah.
Because Kyle Shanahan can't go out there and play. And
Oh no. He can scheme up
he
as
can
much as he
scheme up, but he
wants.
can't play.
Yep. Hey, that's the
Now we got to
biggest thing.
watch the
He
run
can't.
game. McCaffrey, and he's banged
You
up
got to
playing.
watch McCaffrey.
You
McCaffrey
got
is
to
gonna be
watch
the biggest
McCaffrey.
thing. And they just picked up that boy Brian Robinson from the Commanders, so that's a good backup to have as well. So the Saints have to watch the run game of the 49ers today because they're going to lean on that. That's
They're
just
gonna
going to
lean
be the
on
biggest thing.
running us down. And other than the one play by Benson last week, the 56-yard run that Benson ran, the Saints shut down Arizona run game. Connors was shut down. I was so impressed with our run defense. Other than the one busted play,
Yeah, yeah. I do say though about the defense. The defense had a great first half against the Cardinals, and they started to let up a bit, and that had to do with the offense not helping them out. But Kool-Aid McKinstry. We hyped you up all season long. You
he
had a
had
great
one bad
damn
play.
camp.
One bad play.
He,
I say here y'all go on Kool-Aid.
no.
He had one bad play.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid had a great damn training camp. I need him to play a lot better today. I need him to play a
Do you
lot
know
better
who
today.
he was going against, EJ? That was a much bigger receiver than Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid had, and he actually, go look at the statistics. What you call it, didn't hit 100 yards on him. It just hit that one big play.
Look, that's fine. That's fine. Every
You
time
gonna give
Kool-Aid
up?
was
What
back,
quarterback not gonna give up something? Your boy Lattimore
look,
was getting torched.
look. I'm not going.
Your boy Lattimore was getting torched.
That's fine. The Lattimore not on my football team right now. I'm telling you right now that Kool-Aid McKinstry needs to go ahead and play a better football game today. I also like the fact too that Brandon Staley he mixed up those calls too, and I love that third down call that kept us in the game towards the end. And he sent Alante Taylor. I need to hear a little bit more of Alante Taylor's name in this game today. Yeah, he needs to be a little bit more effective. Just need to hear that man's name ranking today in that dome
I
because
ain't gonna lie to you.
Alante is a
I would have considered Alante Taylor to be a future safety for the Saints. I would have thought about him being a safety as well, because he just looked more than just a corner. He looks to me like a built like a safety to me. What you think?
well, the thing is that he's not on that outside anymore anyway. They have him on that slot. That's the only
That
reason
slot, yeah,
why
I'm gonna
they
keep
have
him
him
at the
at
slot, but I
corner.
can I could see him as a future if he want to move his position to safety. And he bulk up a little bit more because the boy can hit. The boy is a hitter. So I just
Yep.
that and I think Sanker is. You drafted Sanker. Sanker was another impressing kid during the training camp with Sanker. You know what I'm saying? And preseason. So Sanker is
Well,
another guy
the
that
thing
I'm
is
impressed
that
with.
they trust Sanker, and that they believe he's gonna make some noise. So I really am anxious to see, has he really is he gonna what he's gonna bring today to the defense? And like Brandon Staley said, as a rookie, you're never truly prepared because you've never been in that moment before. But I think Jonas Sek is gonna be okay. I think
Well, his
he'll be fine
IQ. He
today.
has a high IQ, EJ. He's a very smart young man. So
Yeah,
I sometimes we look at the ability of these players, but the IQ be off. Okay, you could be a great athletic player. Sometimes your IQ allows you to be a good player as well. How smart you are, how intelligent you are. So in the game. So I just think that the kid, by watching him on certain plays, the way he plays, I was looking at his tape back in college. The kid in Virginia, man, the kid is a dog, bro. So it's just I
yeah,
just want. And for the Saints to go with him rather than go with a Marcus Williams, who used to be a Saint, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because they could have
That
went with
tells you
many
a lot.
options. They could have
That
went with
that
Von
tells you a
Bell.
lot.
Von Bell was out there.
Yeah, yeah. It tells you a lot about where the Saints are right now as an organization, and then
Rebuild,
also how much
rebuild, and I can take her.
how,
I accept that we're rebuilding, but we can still
but,
win while we're rebuilding. We can
but
still
also
win while we rebuilding. Do you believe that, EJ? You can win
yes,
and rebuild at the same time.
yes, that is very very true. You can do both things. Yeah, and that's the thing I think Saints fans are missing right now is that I really feel like that everybody think that Mickey Loomis is just in this delusional world that he thinks he's in 2018 all over again, and he thinks he's going on a Super Bowl run, and Mickey Loomis
Nah,
ain't that great,
nah.
man.
Mickey understands that he's not going. That's why Mickey's not signing high price free agents.
Right,
If Mickey was thinking this is 2018, he would go out and go get somebody that because
exactly.
for that speech. But you got to realize in 2006, the Saints were when that team in 2006 under Sean Payton, they picked up a lot of undrafted players. They picked up players that was outcasts like Shanley, Scott Shanley. They picked up
Yeah,
they picked up Fajita. All these
yeah,
people, they were not known players back then. Okay, there wasn't no top players. They got
right.
people. So what I don't understand, fans forget. I know you dislike Mickey, but at the same time, you dislike Mickey and you love Sean, and he brought Sean Payton to New Orleans. How you
Yeah,
gonna dislike everything that Mickey has done? He brought Drew Brees to New Orleans, so
that's
you
right.
got to give the man some credit. He's a part of winning a Super Bowl.
That's
I
right.
agree that Mickey dropped the ball with Dennis Allen, and that was the one true
Yeah, that was a
mistake that
mistake.
hurt his
Yeah,
legacy.
yeah, that was his mistake right there. Yeah, I agree on that one. Now he shouldn't have brought Dennis Allen here, but
Dennis
hey,
Allen, but who Dennis Allen listed to? Sean Payton. He thought
right.
Sean Payton recommend that they stay with Dennis Allen, and Sean Mickey should have went with his own mind because that was Sean is not going to want to applicate for somebody to come behind him to win in New Orleans. He want to be known as the king of New Orleans. He don't want a small market like New Orleans. He don't want nobody to come back and say that they were better than Sean as a coach.
That's true.
Sean has a big ego, EJ.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we all know that. We all know that. I mean, look at the games. I mean, that man was putting up points and embarrassing people. The man got an ego about himself. But like that there's people are capable of having mistakes and being good at the same time too, man. Like to continue to dwell on Mickey Loomis having that mistake, I'm not just gonna sit there and wipe everything he's done, for New Orleans and bringing us a first Super Bowl and everything. I'm not wiping that away from my mind or nothing like
But
that.
we got a lot of people who spoiled in this. I mean, Saints fans will not understand a rebuilding progress. A process. We all
Yeah,
need to stop being delusional like the Cowboys. Let's just be honest. This is a rebuild, and we may not go to the playoffs, but it's okay this year. It's
yeah.
okay. If any year it's okay to not go somewhere, it's this year.
This is it
Okay,
right here.
because
Yeah,
it's the first year of the rebuild.
yeah, yeah.
And
And
who knows if we play well, we might sneak in to the playoffs. We might sneak into winning this division because the division is not good at all. I watch the division. I mean, Tampa
Carolina
Bay.
doesn't look good, and
Oh my God,
Atlanta is always
Atlanta and
Atlanta.
Buccaneers were a field goal game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say nothing about the Buccaneers. Buccaneers still they've been on the top, and until somebody dethrones them, then we can talk. But Atlanta is Atlanta, and Carolina it has not looked
The
good yet.
Falcons, like the
I mean,
Falcons, they fail all the time, and their fans come up every we them boy, look, rise up. They sound like they're the
yeah,
Cowboy fans. They'll rise
yeah,
up, no rise down. And Carolina Kitty Cats, y'all still not good. Kitty Cats.
yeah, yeah. It's really crazy out there, man. But I, back to this game, man. My thing today is, the defense needs to set the tone. Got to set the tone today because of what the 49ers is missing out there, and then offensively, man, just go ahead, cut down on those penalties today. If you cut down on those penalties, you'll be in a better position than when you were last week, man.
Well, the key thing,
That's
EJ, the key thing is to keep Joey Bosa, Calvin Banks against Joey Bosa, keeping Joey Bosa off of Spencer Rattler, and Faaga, I'm kind of concerned he's playing. Even though he's playing, I'm kind of concerned because he had a knee injury, and
yeah,
that
his
knee
knee.
injury. And he looked at hurt so bad, and he tried to play, but he's actually playing today. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man. I didn't think he was going to be able to play.
yeah. That's I as
Shout
a
out to
Saints fan.
Ryan.
After seeing Ryan Ramczyk, retire as early as he did, I don't want to, scare nobody and not like that. But then at the same time too, you do want to make sure that he is 100% to Talise Fuaga. He's too young right now to be having these knee injuries and stuff like that going on with him. Hopefully he can get himself on the right path
Well,
and,
you
and
ain't never
stay
too young
healthy.
to have a knee. You don't have a history of knee injuries. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it didn't come from college. It didn't come from high school. This was just something that happened. And it's a sprain. Okay, a knee sprain can happen to anybody.
Yeah,
I mean, shit. Just yesterday, I was playing with you guys, and we were playing. My old ass ain't supposed to be playing with you, but we were playing football in the yard. Shit, I will pull my Achilles that quick. So these young athletes, it can happen. Freak accidents can happen. Things happen like that in football. People are going to get hurt in a physical contact game. And from playing college football yourself, EJ, Larry knows from playing football himself. I know from playing football myself that the game of football is not. It's a physical thing. It's a mental thing. And if you think you're going to play football and not get injured, it's going to be perfect all the time, man, you're
yeah,
delusional. As
yeah.
fans, we get delusional to think these guys are like
Well,
gladiators. They're
well,
like
yeah.
gladiators.
We're fans out there, and not just Saints fans, all
All
NFL
fans.
fans, or fans of any sport. They all think athletes are just or cyborgs
Invincible.
or invincible. They forget that they are human
The
beings too,
human
man. And
aspect of it.
yeah,
Man,
yeah,
it's
they
30
do
years.
lose that.
It's 30 years later. I'm still hurt.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go, there you go,
I'm
there you
still
go,
hurt.
man.
30 tore my hamstring 30 years ago. It still hurt.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
I mean, and that's why sometimes what I do like to see young people do is be able to overcome, like it's the mental part. Okay, like they have a lot of people who play with pain and play through pain because they're a dog. Okay, but if you let pain get in the mind, that you get what I'm saying. If you injuries get in your mind, you're gonna keep getting injured. And never,
Yep.
if you keep thinking you're playing scared out here, that thinking you're gonna get injured all the time, you're going to get injured. That's the only thing about football. Don't go out here playing scared. Go out there and
Now,
play
yeah.
football.
Never come out there scared, man. If you got any scare bone in your body, man, you don't touch that football field, man. Don't do that to yourself. You got to come out there confident about yourself, or you're gonna get yourself hurt out there, man. But Larry, it's good to have you up in the chat, man. What is your initial thoughts, man? What you trying to look at and see today here at the in the
And
second
we
week of
and
the
we brought up Matt Jones and we brought up Kittle's not playing. So does this change everything? You know, because a lot of people was going to pick the 49ers. Does this change everything for you? Go ahead.
It changed everything because Mac Jones was trash when he was in New England. So, but the thing I want to see from us is more aggressive play calling on defense and offense.
Right.
Because last week we played scared. We played scared, and when it's shown at the end, we could have played better. We really could have dominated them people.
Well,
right.
sense of
We just got
urgency.
to
You just
attack.
said that, Larry. They showed sense of urgency in the fourth when the game was getting on the line. That you notice they blitz Alante Taylor when the game was on the line. You should be doing that early in the game. You should use more up tempo ball in early in the game. When I noticed that Spencer Rattler played very good when they were playing up tempo, when they were moving the ball up tempo. Why we wait so long into the fourth quarter to start when the game on the line to start doing up? We should do more up tempo game in a be like that Jim Kelly. You remember when Jim Kelly in Buffalo they had that no huddle offense
At no
and they
huddle.
were just keeping on their
They run
foots
you down
on
the field.
right. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
And then we got away from the running game. Kendra was killing the people. Feed him the ball. You let Kamara come behind him. Kendrick gonna soften him up. Kamara gonna finish him off. And then you had Devin Neal had a couple of nice runs. Stick to the run. Don't abandon it. Don't be throwing the ball all the time. We didn't need to. The running
Yeah.
game was getting us there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I,
didn't run enough. We didn't run enough, Larry. I mean,
I think.
Kendra Miller was looking so good. He remind me of Elvin so much. A lot of people laugh at me when I say that, but the balance of Kendra Miller is just like the balance of Alvin Kamara.
I agree. I agree with you on that. I say the same thing though, Larry. You hitting it on the head, man. Like I think a lot of it comes from Kellen Moore. That's his first regular season football
I
game.
agree. I agree.
And y'all gonna see a lot of a lot of things that y'all didn't see in the first game last week. Y'all gonna see improvement from. He getting his feet wet. You trying to
And
see
he
what
got
he
game
can
tape,
do.
EJ. Now you got
Yeah,
game
he
tape.
got game feel.
You got
Yeah.
game tape because
Hold
Larry,
up.
they didn't
Hold
have
up.
no game tape.
Calvin Ellis. Rattler is Larry, man. Let's see what happened. I've been saying that since Rattler got drafted, dog. It ain't no thing, but I done evaluated this kid. I know him. Just like last week on the podcast, I told Everett, I said, when the game get on the line, the boy got ice water in his veins. He got that trait to where he lock in and he just go to work. And that's what he
I
did
I can
last week.
I can agree with you on that because he looked like he was ready. Like on that last drive, that was as advertised as you wanted. Like right there, that
I
last
said he
drive
have
to
a
go ahead
clutch gene. I said that
to,
Larry last
to,
week. I told you he had a clutch gene.
to
Yeah,
go to Jawan
he got it.
Johnson at the end of the game, that he got some dog in him. He do got
But
that
I
that
want him
fire,
to
that
do. I want
confidence.
my criticism of him, Larry, is
We
to
got to
stay
stretch it out.
consistent.
I
He
want to
got.
see it the whole
I
game.
want to see it the whole game because sometimes
There you go.
he plays like that in the beginning. I mean, in the fourth and the third, he start getting. It's something about him. He start playing well, and he start like he wants that game on the line. But I want that same urgency in the beginning that I see in him, like
Right,
starting the game, because that's the thing I want to
right.
see in him. Could he
But the, the
consistently
but
be that way?
but the coach got to give
I
him the
got a question. I
opportunity
got a
because the play calling was shady in the first half, all the way up until them last two drives. It was shady, and in the red zone, the personnel packages bothered me because why wasn't Veli or whatever his name on the field when we that close?
Well,
Why
because
wasn't Kendra on the field?
because Valet is still new. He don't know the plays. You
But is
got
it?
to give him
Yeah,
another week.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
things
Hold up,
that
hold up.
I keep trying to tell you guys. These are new players that just got signed to the Saints. You can't just say go out and play. You just can't
Yeah,
go out run a route.
yeah.
You gotta have these guys knowing what they're
In the
doing.
red zone, but in the red zone, it's simple. All you got to do is either run and run across or run, stop, and jump. 6'5",
I agree.
we need
I
him
agree
out
on
there.
that. I
We
agree
need
on
him
that.
out there.
Yeah.
We need all our bigs out there. So that's gonna make them change up how they play.
When it's a goal line
We had
situation,
smalls out there.
yeah. When it's goal line situation, you want your biggest, tallest players out there
You definitely don't
at
want
the goal
Brandon
line.
Cooks out there.
Yeah, you
No,
certainly don't
you
want
don't
no
want him
damn.
out there.
No, no,
You don't want him
Hey,
no,
out
let
not
me
there.
at
ask
all.
y'all a question. Y'all
What's
can hear
up?
me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Look, y'all was talking about the way Spencer Rattler played. He played much better when he was up tempo. Do you think he's really that smart of a quarterback? Not knocking him, not saying he ain't, but to be able to play at a much slower pace, or does he have to have where he don't have that much to think about and he could just throw it?
I think he has intelligence because that's what he
Well,
was the number one. He was the number one rated quarterback coming out of college. A lot of things happened to him. He got sometimes these kids that when they're young, the egos get to him, and he was a young guy that made a lot of young mistakes, which made his stock fall down. But
my
I think he learned from that. It was one of the things about kids like that who was on the top, fell down, lost their position. That means he got a mental toughness about him now. Okay, you've been
but
through some things.
my thing is this about him. To answer your question there, like you, the Rattler, you can't put training wheels on Rattler right now. I can see it last week. I mean last year. Yeah, that was fine last year, but this year coming into this year, and that was part of why we kind of saw a lot of dink and dunks, not a lot of passes down the field, because I felt like Kellen Moore was micromanaging him. Don't micromanage this kid. Let this man play.
Let him
Now,
loose.
now, now, if he makes mistakes, let him make mistakes. That's all a part of the growth process. He's never gonna grow if he gonna sit there and be throwing dunks and have to be schemed up plays all the time.
Well, that's what happened
Sometimes
to
on the
Jameis Winston. That's what happened to Jameis Winston when Sean Payton. And I was surprised Sean Payton did that to a veteran quarterback because Jameis Winston they did during the time the Sean Payton had Jameis trying to keep him from throwing interceptions because he was worried about him throwing interceptions. Is Kellen Moore worried about worrying about him throwing interceptions? Is that what is going on? He don't want to mess his psyche up. Is he worried about
well
Spencer's psyche?
he can't worry about that right now. He's gotta
Let him
he's
loose.
gotta let that boy
But then if
play
that's the
if
You
he
gotta
case,
want
let
to
him.
win the
yeah,
game.
that's what I'm
He
saying.
gotta let him loose to know what he got. You got to
Right.
know you can't just handcuff him. And then, see, we knew we had with
That's
James.
what I'm saying.
So Sean had to handcuff him because if James get loose, it's an interception bonanza.
Right.
I like
Right.
Jameis, but I know what he is. He a gunslinger times two. He gonna sling it everywhere. He don't care. He don't care who catch the strays. Somebody go catch strays. He a good quarterback long as you control and contain him. When he was contained, he looked like
He
an
sure
all-pro
did.
Pro Bowler. You gotta contain him
But
Okay,
before.
so like Spencer
if
Rattler,
you let
I don't.
Jameis sit back there and just do what he want to do, then James Damon got. That's why he had to go get some lasers, the latex. What is that? Lasix or
LASIK.
something. He couldn't
LASIK
see. The
surgery.
brother couldn't
LASIK
even
eye
see.
surgery.
The brother couldn't
Yeah,
even
but
see good.
so then
Spencer,
then
I
I'm gonna
think
pose
Spencer
I'm gonna
is
pose
a lot
another
more
question.
careful with the ball because he don't have an intercept history. He don't have a turnover history.
No, he don't have. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. We'll see. But I'm still Team Rattler, just like your boy said. I've been Team Rattler since we drafted him. Before
Yeah,
we
you
drafted
you
him.
you just can't sit there and for Rattler, like you said, Larry, you hit it on the head. You knew what you had in Jameis Winston. You had to play him like that. You cannot do that with Spencer Rattler. Okay, like Spencer Rattler, you got to figure out what do you have in Spencer Rattler. Is he gonna be your guy moving forward? Is he gonna be the future? Is this what you
Or is
want?
he just gonna
You
be a
got to figure
backup?
that. You got to figure all that out right in this season, and how you do that is you let him play. You let him go ahead and sling that damn football, so we can see, so we can figure that out because you have a guy that you drafted that's waiting. And that's
Matter of
gonna be
fact,
And
another
I
thing.
and that's and EJ, I'm gonna say this, and I'm on record to say this. I am rooting for Spencer to have a great game. But I just don't believe that his leash is going to be long as people think. And unfortunately in the
no.
NFL, people looks for wins. And I know it's not to blame nothing on if the Saints lose this game. I got the Saints are going to look at the other guy. I just hate to say it, y'all. So that's why I believe Spencer should take advantage of this and not allow nobody to determine his fate. Go out there and play. Go out there, play and like you don't care. Go out there and throw some touchdowns. Go out and win one for the Saints. Winning will
right,
cure everything. Winning will
right,
cure. Nobody won't talk about replacing you if you would win. Just win.
right,
Because the record right now is not going in his favor, okay? He's right now 0-7. If he lose, he'll be 0-8 as a quarter. So nobody's going to care about that. And nobody's going to care
right,
about what happened last year. All they're gonna do is say, hey, he never won a game. That's the way that's
right.
how it's unfair. I understand it's unfair, but that's just the way the world is, y'all.
But
Wins and
I'm gonna tell you,
losses.
I'm gonna tell you
So
this.
I got
They got
go ahead, go ahead.
they got other teams with their eyes on Spencer Rattler. They're just not showing their hand. If they
The
bench him,
only team that I think that's after Spencer Rattler, and I believe it's going to be Clint Kubiak because they drafted him. When you got to realize Seattle picked up picked up a couple of players. The Saints, teams love to go to the if you draft a guy, right? That's your guy. That was Kubiak's guy. That was Kubiak's guy. So I got a feeling that he'll be in Seattle somewhere.
it's more to Seattle. They're just not saying right now. They
But that's
keeping it
what.
close to the
But
vest.
if
Cause
he's not winning, and he has
but
a, I understand what you're saying. That's your guy and all this other stuff, brother. Nobody give a shit. Nobody give a shit. Nothing. The NFL is about winning. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't see no fit for him nowhere else because there's all these
you'd
other
be
drafted
amazed.
quarterbacks. Now
You'd be
everybody got
amazed.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, how you
You'd be
doing?
amazed. You will be amazed.
Right.
You
Who
will
But
see a
let me
what
value.
quarterback go
that's what I'm
what
about
quarterback
to
you got Jameis can't get a job right now.
James
Jameis
got a
can't even
job.
get a job.
James in New York. James got a
But,
job.
but but no, I'm talking about a starting job. There's no starting positions nowhere.
James ain't look. The Jets ain't solidified. You know what I'm saying?
Jameis is the third quarterback. He
The the
already the third string
the
now.
the New York Jets not solidified. The New England Patriots not
Yeah, but
solidified.
I don't think the Jets are gonna go get Spencer Rattler. I
The,
don't think
Larry, you believe that much in Spencer Rattler?
I don't
Honestly.
understand.
put like this. I look at Spencer Rattler like Mark Bulger because I know how to evaluate quarterbacks. I know talent when I see it.
But did you see him at South Carolina?
Yeah, I saw him at South Carolina.
He ain't playing nowhere near what he
He
played.
didn't he,
Even
he,
just
he didn't have a line at South Carolina. The boy was running for his life.
okay. So this my thing
He
now.
didn't have a
That's
line.
what
He
He
just
that's
didn't have a
Larry
line
just
last
don't
year.
make nothing but excuses or
I ain't making no
why this
excuses. I'm
man
sta-
ain't
I'm
been
sta-
what he's supposed to be.
I'm
What
stating
about when he was
facts.
in Oklahoma, Mr. Evaluator? What
Well,
about when he was in Oklahoma
if
losing his
Larry
job to Kalen Williams?
And then
well
Caleb
if
Williams
Larry feel that way about Rattler,
and then
that's his
Caleb Williams
opinion.
left that way. Caleb Williams left from Oklahoma too. So I look at it as politics. It was some messed up politics out there in Oklahoma.
No. Taylor
Cause Caleb,
Williams left Oklahoma to go to follow his head coach. His head coach went on over to the USC.
yes, and he
Lincoln
followed him with it.
Riley, he was following his coach Lincoln Riley. And you brought up Mark Bolger. Mark Bolger was a six-round draft pick of the New Orleans Saints.
And
And
he went
and
on to
yeah,
start for the
and
St. Louis Rams.
he wound up playing pretty well with the Rams. I understand what you're saying, but that was that I just don't think there's not enough available teams for him to have an opportunity. That's all I'm saying. You got to look at it. Even if you bring him
He
to
young.
Seattle, you
He
got
young.
Jalen Milrow.
He
They
ain't got to
drafted
start.
Jalen Milrow.
But Jalen Milroe can't pass like Spencer. Jalen Milroe is not a passer. He's a runner.
Yeah, but they invested
That's
a
gonna only
draft pick. When you
that's gonna
invest
only
a
get him
draft
so
pick, my
far.
brother, when you invest a draft pick, you're
We
gonna go
drafted
with the
Garrett
guys
Grayson.
that
Look
you.
how fast he was out of here.
I
Look how
understand
fast
what you're
Garrett
saying,
Grayson was
brother,
out of here.
but
It happens, bro.
You're
The
right
Patriots
about that.
the Patriots drafted Mac Jones number one. Where he at?
You're right.
yeah,
You're right.
It happens.
I
It
understand what you
happens.
said, but you're talking about even worse with Rattler, bro. Rattler got to take care of his job here.
Well,
Rattler got
they got
because
they got to
if he
let
don't got
Rattler
a good
loose.
resume from here,
They got to
if
prove
he
me wrong.
lose, he has every opportunity. If he loses his opportunity here, people gonna be like, why you wasn't able to sustain that,
Now,
and you gonna blame Kellen Moore, not Rattler. That's what you
I
gonna do.
hold on. Now
I don't
check
know.
this out.
Look, look,
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask one question. Was it Rattler fault that we lost that game last week? Was it his fault? Was it
no.
something he did that caused us? Okay then.
And
We
first
No,
of
not
but I'm
all,
gonna
But
say
I
this. I
but
gotta
let
add
me
that.
but at the
He didn't.
same
say this
He
to the
didn't
but
do
chat.
nothing
Hold
to.
up. Let me say this to the chat.
He didn't do this. He didn't do this. He
Nobody
didn't
but
do
at
this to
the
said
win it
same
either.
hang
nobody.
on, hang
Hold
at
up.
the
Let me say
same
this to the
breath,
chat.
he didn't do enough. He didn't do enough to win the game either.
Right.
He
He
didn't
And
didn't
do
do
listen.
enough.
enough. The
No.
tight end dropped the ball for the second year in a row. Jawan Johnson sold that
We
boy
shouldn't
out.
have been. But Larry, what you're not getting right now is that we shouldn't have been in that
Been in
position.
that predicament.
But
And
was
and
it his
and,
fault?
Larry, let
Was
me
it
say
his
this to
fault?
the chat. Let me say this to the chat.
The defense,
Nobody
12,
on this
12,
panel.
13
Hold up,
penalties.
Larry, hold up. The guy in the chat. Nobody on this panel is rooting against Spencer Rattler. What we're saying is he don't have a long leash, and because drafted a quarter. Nobody's against Spencer Rattler, okay? Please don't take half of the clip and take the narratives that we are against Spencer Rattler. We all think he's a good quarterback. We're telling you that he has to take care of his opportunity as a starting quarterback. He has to win some games. That's all the panel is saying. Nobody. We're saying that there are lack of opportunities in the NFL. You got to take advantage of the ones that you got. That's what we're saying. Go ahead, Larry.
I think he'll be fine this game. I think he'll be fine, y'all.
He's gonna be all right,
But
but Kellen Moore got to take the handcuffs off. He got to stop calling
I
plays
agree.
scared.
I agree
We
on
just
that.
got to play. We got to go all
I
out.
agree. I agree.
I agree. I agree on that. Y'all, real quick, I just made it here at the dome. I'm about to go ahead on the inside
Okay.
and
Once again,
everything.
y'all, EJ
Um,
is a news reporter for WXXV, and he's gonna go in the media. He's a part of the media. He's gonna be on the ground with them. He's gonna be in the media room with Kellen Moore. He's gonna be in the room with the players. He's gonna do a lot. Y'all make sure y'all follow my son on Twitter. What is your tell him your Twitter account?
yeah, EJ Gagne. Y'all can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. I'm on there. But y'all, my biggest thing
And
I want y'all to
WXXV
know.
and WXXV.
And y'all can follow WXXV if y'all want to follow me on there. But my biggest thing, y'all, is that before I go up in this game, I do say the Saints. I have a good feeling they should be able to win this game. There's
What's
no
your prediction?
excuses,
Because
man.
you're leaving a prediction. Go ahead.
This is a must-win game. They gotta go 1-1. You don't want to go 0-2 going into Seattle on the road, and then you got the Buffalo Bills the next game. We don't even want to talk about that yet. But take care of business at home. My prediction today. I really think this ain't gonna be high scoring. I think though the Saints win this by a touchdown, 21-14. They come out of here barely with a win. They gonna scare us a little bit, but I think the defense does enough to hold the 49ers offense. The 49ers losing their quarterback, losing their tight end. That's gonna be huge, and also having some hurt receivers. They're injured everywhere. Now, not to say that McCaffrey may not have a big game because that's gonna be the problem. Okay, that's gonna be the big time problem. But I think the Saints have what it takes to get a win today. Y'all. But I appreciate y'all for coming on in the chat, y'all. Like I said, I'll be in the post game when I'm heading back to the station and everything, and I'll talk to y'all in that post game show. I love y'all, man.
All
And
right,
who
get some
that,
pictures,
baby?
son. Make sure you get some pictures.
All right,
All right,
And the
love you, son.
co-host,
hold it
the
down
other
over there. All
co-host here to help hold it down. The other co-host will be
right,
right here with us, y'all.
Okay, now look, he's gone now. Get on out. Now, this is the thing that I told people. I said, look, this game is so important to the New Orleans Saints because if you do beat the 49ers, you're setting up a stage. If you beat the 49ers, y'all, you're playing the Seattle Seahawks, who lost to the 49ers about one point. You might be encouraged to go 2-1. You might can beat Seattle after. So I like to say this could be a turning point to the season right here. And
I
if
mean,
I always say if the Saints can go 2-2 and are going into going into the next round of the bye, you're doing good. So go ahead, Larry.
I got an area of concern. My concern is the back end of the secondary because last week, 23, even though he got hurt, he didn't play great. Because if you look at that play where Kool-Aid got beat on that deep ball, 23 is the free safety, right or wrong.
Right, but he had an interception that he dropped too.
No, listen, but nobody's supposed to get behind that free safety. If you look at that play, when that boy caught that, when Harrison Jr. caught that ball, 23 was trailing him and Kool-Aid. You the
Yeah,
free
yeah,
safety.
yeah,
He's supposed to be over the top. Harrison
yeah.
was supposed to catch that ball. He's supposed to be there. So
But
my
some
concern
of
is the
your
back
best
end.
safeties, Larry, some of your best safeties in the NFL give up big plays. That's just going to happen in football. I mean, you got Sanker back there, who the Saints were very high on in this draft that they picked up, and he's a much more bigger guy. He's a guy big as Justin Reed, and he's a hitter. So you gonna have, and he has a out of Virginia. He has a knack for interceptions. Okay, so he's another. I don't think you should be too concerned because that rookie. I think they were
You're right,
going to graduate him anyway.
but they're gonna pick at him. They're gonna take shots at him.
Well, that's good. Maybe we'll get some interceptions if they pick at him.
Hopefully so, but they're gonna. That's my area of
I mean,
concern.
Matt
The back
Jones
end
is
of
a
the
guy.
secondary.
If you would have said Purdy, I would be like, yeah, I'd be sweating rocks. If you would
Yeah,
have
but
said Purdy, I would be sweating rocks. But Matt Jones trying to throw that ball out there,
we
this
didn't
the
lay it
best
down to
game
some
for a
scrub
rookie.
for Saints history. We didn't lay it down to some scrubs now.
I know, but the last time the Saints played Matt
Yeah.
Jones, we won 34 to nothing. That was with Dennis Allen as the head coach. That was with Pete Carmichael as the offensive coordinator. We beat them 34 to nothing, y'all. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, we whooped the hell out in New England, but
In
I don't
New
know. Cause
England,
see,
on the road too.
I'm concerned about Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk. That's what I'm concerned about.
Brandon Ayuk.
I'm concerned about him.
Yeah, but he's playing with a hamstring injury. Hopefully that slow him down. Hopefully that slow him down. Jennings hurt too. Their wide receivers, both of them hurt. So
We got to send pressure. We got to send that pressure all
right.
day.
We got look.
We got to
Do
send
more
pressure.
Alante or get Alante Taylor to pressure the quarterback. That's the things we're gonna need. We have to send some more blitzes from the corners, some from the safeties. We gotta be aggressive. I want to see Brandon Staley go out there and be aggressive and go at the 49ers. He used to coach the 49ers. Okay, so he got a lot of respect for them. Okay, but so go out there. This would be great for him. You know what I'm saying, Derek? What you think we should do in this game? How we should affect this team.
I
Derek sound
I'm
like he
not
going
gonna
to the car.
even put the game on. Yeah, man, I'm out here working. I ain't gonna even say that it's on the offense. I'm gonna put everything on the defense. Because if the defense can handle their business, then I think it'll give Spencer Rattler the free ability to not play with that sense of pressure on his back.
Right, and try to
If
play
he don't play,
comeback. We don't need to be
yeah.
down
So
this time. We don't need to be down and
yeah,
have and be trailing. We need to be winning, and that would allow Spencer to not have to play comeback. Okay, we
but I
need to
got a
establish a
question for
lead.
you though.
Go ahead.
I got a spicy question for y'all. Pause. How many more games we supposed to go with Chase being on the injury before we start saying this might not be right for him?
Huh? I mean, Chase only been injured at the Chase went the whole season
Wait,
last
now he
year.
was injured,
Hold on, he was
but
injured free last
Did he
year.
do anything?
Yeah,
Did he
well,
do
I
anything?
mean, he had what he had
It's a
six
different
sacks.
system. It's a different
Yeah, six
system now.
sacks. That was the system that he was under. He was under Dennis Allen, and
All
I
right,
mean, from what I saw under this new system, even in preseason, he's been effective. I don't think y'all. I think y'all. The man had a calf injury. Y'all, the Saints fans, y'all are so impatient. And what I love about Kellen Moore, rather than I like about what Dennis Allen doing, Kellen Moore is not going to rush this guy out there because the fans screaming for him to come out there. A calf. We said this early on that a calf injury can end up Achilles injury. We got to take our time with rushing these guys. Same thing with Trevor Penning. We should not rush them until they're 100%. We're going to play a grueling schedule in the second half of the year. I would rather him be 100%, Larry, than have him going out there playing these games right now. We're going to be playing the Buffalo Bills. We're going to be playing a lot of good teams. Right now is the perfect time for him to sit.
but
Why
the
are
only
we
thing
going to
about that
label
is,
somebody a bus? Why are we going to label this guy a bus when the guy have not missed a game with New Orleans
but what I'm
until
saying,
this year?
wait, but my thing is the impact
The
that we
impact
thought
goes
Chase
with coaching, just like Larry said. Coaching
All
is
right,
everything.
we gonna put this on the back burner till, because to me is I don't want this season to start off like with Dennis Allen season. A couple of seasons start off. You get a couple of wins, then all of a sudden you could just see the morale going down. They losing, they lose. I don't want to turn in by mid-season. Them boys talking
Okay,
about
let's
they
go
going to
back to Dennis
Cancun.
Allen seasons. Okay, Dennis Allen first season as a head coach,
He
eight and
was an
nine.
asshole. Why we not even doing?
Let's
I'm
just
sorry,
talk to.
brother.
Let's just get the record straight. Dennis Allen first season as a head coach was 8-9. His second season was 9-8. The last season he got fired. He didn't get but five. I mean, he didn't get what 3 games in, and he was fired. Is that the most
He made it to
horrible
like
record?
game 6 or game
Yeah,
7
game
before they
six or
dropped the
something like
state.
that. Was that the most horrible record in the world? No. Okay, 8-9 and 9-8. No. Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is rebuilding now. Dennis Allen was not in a rebuilding stage. He was supposed to win with the Saints.
We didn't even
Yeah,
Dennis
have
yeah.
Allen
wide
He
was
still
receivers.
he had
supposed to win.
players though.
We didn't even have wide
He still had
receivers.
players.
We didn't
What
even
are you
Yeah,
have
that
wide
talking?
first
receivers
year.
last year.
We
But
didn't
that
have no
okay
wide
last
receivers
year.
last year at all. We got down to
But
picking people off the streets.
the first this first year we still had a squad.
But
Yeah, his
the only
first year, yeah.
but he had major injuries because he had Andy Dalton out there starting. I don't know if y'all remember this stuff like I do. I mean, he didn't really when Jameis first came in. Jameis got hurt and then they had to go to Andy Dalton, and then when Jameis had all of them bones broke in his back, and then they stayed. Y'all, and then it went with Derek Carr. So these a lot of things. A lot of people forgetting, man. Y'all forgetting about all how the debacle happened. There was no consistency at quarterback at all. There was so many changing of the guard and injuries. I'm not making excuses for Dennis Allen, but he wasn't set up to win neither. And Dennis Allen shouldn't have been the coach in the first place. He was
Michael
not
Thomas,
qualified
Jarvis
to be a
Landry
head
went
coach.
down. Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry went
Michael Thomas.
down.
Oh man, we don't and see fans don't want to talk about how these guys that they favorites were always injured. Landry didn't even get a chance to play in the Saints offense much. Michael Thomas took a lot of money from us for them last 3 years, right, Larry? I mean, let's just be honest. Y'all don't want to talk about that because we're fans. We love our team. But how much he milked the Saints, man? He was making money.
I wouldn't say he milked them, but it's like you
If
said
they're gonna
before.
say Derek Carr milked him, he milked him too.
The staff, it was just the training staff. The training staff was
Training
horrible,
staff was horrible.
and them rushing players back, it was horrible.
Russian players back. We just talked about that. We talked about because they were worrying about the fans, worrying about winning. They tried to win, and they didn't care. We're in a rebuilding stage right now. There's no need for us to rush players back. There's no reason. The only people who you can. We said this early. You can win and rebuild at the same time. You can win and rebuild at the same time. We watched this with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers was not supposed to win that division. They were not. We were supposed to win. We were predicted to win the division. And the Buccaneers got Baker Mayfield. He was a cast off. He was cast off. He had even been the backup for the 49ers. He went over there with Kyle Shanahan and revamped himself. Came over to the Buccaneers. Got his chance, and because the Bucs had just lost Tom Brady. People forget this. They were supposed to be rebuilding. They were supposed to be gone. They was in cap hell like the Saints. They were supposed to be falling off the cliff. But what they did, they picked up a Baker Mayfield, and they was able to rebuild and a win at the same time. Does that make sense, Larry? What I'm saying? Rebuild and win at the same time in a weak ass division, and that's what the Saints could do. They
But
can
but see
rebuild
the
and
thing
win
is,
in a weak ass division.
the Bucks had established talent already. All they had to do was insert the quarterback.
The quarterback.
They had a good wide, they had a solid wide receiver core. They rebuilt wide receiver core. They rebuilt the offensive line. They had a decent running game. The defense was stellar. That's all they needed was a
Absolutely.
quarterback to go in there and not muck it up. Baker Mayfield grew up over there
Right.
compared to what he was
He
before he
grew
grew up.
up. He grew up. He went to school. He went to school of quarterbacks. He
No,
went
he
over there
learned
to
from
learn.
experience in the NFL. He learned what not to do. It took him like
Right.
what 4 years. Took him like 4 years, but he learned
four
what to do.
years to get it together. He was the
Hmm.
Cleveland Browns, the number one pick. And he went from I mean, I think Cleveland was stupid because he took Cleveland to a playoff game and they just gave up on him.
Man,
It was
Cleveland dumb anyway. They got
that was
Shador
yeah, that
sitting
was
on the
so
bench when he
crazy.
should be
I don't know what's
starting.
wrong with
Should
Cleveland.
Cleveland dumb? They just need to sell a team.
They
Sell it
are a
to somebody
place
else.
Cleveland is a place where quarterbacks die. Do you agree? They are a place
They
where they set up good quarterbacks to fail.
no. You go to Cleveland to get a check. You go to Cleveland to get your bag. Look at Deshaun.
What?
Look at Jameis. Look at Joe Flacco right now.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, they go. You go get a bag from Cleveland, man. That's
They
what you
don't
go at when you
develop. They
when you know
don't
your
develop
career
you.
over. When you
They
tired,
don't develop you.
and Deshaun money guaranteed. They can't even take that from him. He ain't got to play
They
another
can't
down,
even
and he's
take
set
it
for
from
life.
him.
He's set for life, and he ain't got. I love it. I love it. I love it.
But Deshaun is like getting himself together. He looking, he's trying to get himself. I don't think he fit. He never Deshaun. I blame Deshaun because he had a choice to pick the Saints. He would have been much better in the black and gold than being in Cleveland. He would have played in the dome. See, this is why guys
So
got to
we
stop.
didn't have we didn't
He
have no
had
money.
the Saints
We
paid
didn't
him the
have no
money.
money.
The Saints came second. They came in second to the money. They just Cleveland overpaid. The Saints had the money to give him. They just overpaid just by a mile. Go look back. Y'all go back and look. They outbidded the Saints in Atlanta by just this much. And of
His
course,
contract was like 300. Was about what, like 300 million or something like that. 200 something million.
and the Saints was only going to give him like 150, something like 180.
The same money they gave Derek Carr.
Yeah. But I would have took the Saints deal, playing with the Saints, a good team, and playing with Michael Top, playing with a good team. He would have been in a better situation. I'm telling you. We
He'd
wouldn't have
have,
been talking about him like that.
he'd have some good food. Shit,
He'd
he had
ate
some good
better.
gumbo.
He'd have ate
he'd have
better.
been he'd have been in the dome. He got Mardi Gras. Look how Jameis came down here and just cut up, fit in with the culture.
It would
He
have been
fit in
much
perfect.
better. It would have been much better for Deshaun would have had trouble. It's just like I said. Some people just made poor decisions. And all I'm saying is, I'm liking what the Saints doing, going with the youth movement, going with the young quarterback, not going outside getting an old guy. I like what Kellen Moore is doing, and I think that that this kid can actually play today and make a name for himself today. This got to be his statement today. This got to be the statement of, and we're going to make our predictions now because I want y'all to realize that I am for Spencer Rattler, but you know me. You can't go to 2 to 3, 4, 5 games and lose. And no matter how, it wasn't his fault. Quarterbacks gonna always get the most blame and they're gonna get the most cheering of success. You're gonna give them the highest praise when you win it, and when you're losing, everybody gonna blame that quarterback. That's just the way of life. We know that is what it is. It is to be true. So we're gonna start with Derek. What do you expect with this New Orleans Saints, and what's your prediction? Shout out to Pierre in the chat.
I don't think Derek can hear you. Pierre got me laughing though. He said women would not have
Oh, I
told.
can.
Yeah,
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay, what's your prediction and what you're expecting for this game? Everybody hit the like buttons if y'all can. It
Man,
costs
this is one of
nothing
the
to
one.
hit the like buttons. Go ahead.
This one of them games that scare me. This one of them games that scare me. I'm gonna go 17-13 Saints.
Oh, that's a real low score. But yeah, I like it. I like it. That means what you telling me is the Saints defense is gonna come up, and the Saints defense gonna be rocking. Who you got scoring them touchdowns? Is it gonna be Alvin or is it gonna be a throw touchdown to Jawan? Who you got getting in the
Man,
end
I'm
zone?
looking. I'm looking at Kent. Man, I don't know what this was. I was gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna bring it up in the post game. I'm gonna watch one more time before I make a comment about Alvin.
Right,
Um,
Kendra
I'm
Miller. Huh?
looking at Kendrick Miller. Yeah, man, I'm looking at Kendrick Miller for the two touchdown, maybe one, and Kendrick Miller and Spencer run one in, and Kendrick Miller scored the other one.
Okay. We gonna go with Larry. Larry, what you expect out of the Saints today in this game?
I want to see aggression on both sides of the ball. I want to see us go out there punching. We ain't going out there touching and feeling our way through. I want to go out punching on defense and offense. We punching somebody in the mouth. I want to see us get aggressive.
What's your score?
Now I'm not counting on the 49ers to put up too many points, so I give us like 21 to like 10
Okay, that's
Saints.
a good score. That's a good score. I got something that's gonna be radical, y'all. It's gonna be radical because the Saints. Every time I think we're gonna play a shutdown game, I got the Saints winning this game. 27, and I got the 49ers 23. 27-23 Saints in the Superdome
Yeah, it's
today.
definitely
And I got
radical.
huh? And
I said
I
that's
got the
definitely radical.
and I'm going back with Spencer Rattler as my MVP, and I got him having his best game as a Saint, throwing 3 touchdowns. He gonna throw one interception that's gonna be a tip, some kind of freak one, but he's gonna have 3 touchdowns, one interception, and he's gonna throw for 285 yards. His Chris Olave is gonna wake up today. Chris Olave gonna show y'all why he's the number one wide receiver on this football team. Chris gonna have his first 100-yard game today.
Oh,
Man,
as far as our defense, when McCaffrey coming out of that backfield, we gotta hit him. We
You
got we,
gotta hit him.
we got to put that
You
pop
gotta
on him.
hit
Don't
him because he
don't
have an
don't.
injury problem. He always seems to
Yeah,
get injured, so you gotta hit him.
he brittle. We got to put that pop on him.
We gotta.
He
now
take
see if this was what's your boy name that used to be the defensive coordinator for the Saints back in the Greg Williams? If this was
Right.
Greg Williams' team, he'd have been on his
even
ass before the second quarter. He'd have been out.
even even Dennis Allen. Even Dennis Allen would have been putting that pop on him before he get out
Yeah,
Come
that
on,
he.
Larry.
backfield.
Come on,
But
Larry. Come on, Larry.
Brandon
Man,
Staley is one of them guys too. I don't know why Derek be disrespecting Dennis Allen as a defensive minded coach. As far as a
man,
defensive minded
you
coach,
know how they
you
say
can't say
fuck them
that man
teams?
can't coach. He
You
coached the
see,
Bears. The Bears they didn't lose because of him. The Bears was rocking on defense last week. The Bears,
Shit,
you know how
Bears
the
scored
saying go
touchdown.
fuck them
They
kids?
scored a touchdown on defense. They were rocking last week.
Caleb,
Larry? The Bears
Caleb
defense
Williams
was
is
rolling.
just not as good as advertised. I said that before he came out. Caleb Williams was not worth
It
that
was
number one
Caleb
overall
Williams in
pick.
there.
Caleb Williams is not good,
Man,
and
I
he
just
don't
don't like that dude. I just
he don't like to take accountability for himself.
How could look? I don't mind you not liking him as a head coach, but when you say the man can't coach as far
I
as
ain't saying he
defense,
can't coach. I ain't saying he
if that's
can't
the case,
coach,
why would
but
people be
just
hiring him?
He can coach some defense.
man,
I
you know it's
think
a
The
good
man
old.
can
You
coach
know it's a.
defense, man.
if Sean didn't have his
I
defensive
don't,
coordinator already set, Dennis would be over there. If
if
Dennis
he
Oh
lose
look,
yeah,
his
if
that is
job,
Sean
true.
wouldn't, if we wouldn't
if
have
Dennis
got
lose
caught,
his job, Sean got a job for him over there. When Dennis lost his job at the Raiders, Sean had a job for that boy.
Because so you can't tell me the man can't coach. He can't coach. He can't head coach, but you
man,
can't say he can't
He's
coach.
not a head coach. No, he's not a head coach.
Everybody not.
he
Brandon
trash.
Staley is not a
He
head
trash.
coach. Brandon Staley is not a head coach. The one we got right now, but he's a damn good defensive coach. So everybody, they got some people just not meant to be head coach. Buddy Ryan was not no good head coach, but he was a damn good defensive coach.
His Eagles actually did good, but they couldn't get over the hump.
They
That's why
couldn't
they
get over
fired him.
no hump.
He didn't have losing seasons. The thing was he couldn't get past. Basically,
Well,
he
when
had to
he
go
coached
against Dallas
Arizona,
and
he
San
was
Fran.
horrible. When he
Yeah,
coached
he was horrible
Arizona, he was horrible.
because he didn't have the talent he had in Philly. Philly was a loaded team.
Yeah, he punched that man in the head, Kevin Galbraith.
Man, but it's almost game time, bro. Keep you on track.
All right, y'all.
Keep you on track,
I'll see
baby.
y'all. I'll see y'all in a post
My
game. EJ
co-host
will
and
be
dude.
back. We'll see you guys for the post game show. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all enjoyed the game. Who
Hello.
that? Y'all probably see me say something at halftime on Instagram. I mean on Facebook. I ain't gonna be cussing nobody out on there because I ain't been drinking, so I'll be chilling out. I'll see y'all in the
He
post
said that.
game.
He said
Hopefully
that
it's a
now.
win. Huh?
Yeah, man. I say hopefully it's a win.
It's gonna be a win. Who that?
Who that?